Welcome to your hourly brief on hidden headlines. We are getting right into it today. 4 crucial events that you really need to know about.
A lot to unpack here.
There is. We're talking about federal charges against an Afghan man making very serious threats down in Texas. Then we'll get into the Oval Office logs that reportedly confirm President Trump's intense work schedule.
It's a big one.
And the debate over presidential authority for fentanyl strikes, plus some shocking reports about illegal commercial driver's licenses being issued in Minnesota.
Okay,
let's just dive in. All right, first up. This story out of Texas, it just underscores the vital need for vigilance right here at home.
It's deeply concerning.
It is. We have a 30-year-old resident in Fort Worth now facing federal charges. He allegedly threatened to build a...
Using what was described as a style container? And he was planning on carrying out killings.
Exactly. This is the kind of deliberate, premeditated threat that you absolutely cannot ignore.
And I think what's truly disturbing here is the alleged mindset. The man reportedly expressed no fear at all, no fear of deportation or even of death. He allegedly stated that he came to the U.S. specifically to kill people.
Which just begs the question, what is going on with our screening process? How does that happen?
Precisely.
I do have to commend the swift action here, though. The FBI, Homeland Security, local police, they acted on public tips.
And that's crucial.
It is. They elevated this to the federal level, and that is the kind of enforcement we expect. It's what keeps American communities safe.
Okay, let's switch gears a bit. The Oval Office.
Right, the logs.
Yes, the release of these non-public Oval Office logs, they cover November 12th to the 25th, and they give you a real behind-the-scenes look at the dedication it takes.
And what they reportedly reveal is it's a staggering back-to-back schedule.
Staggering is the right word. We're talking meetings, calls, and events, often stretching well over 12 hours on weekdays.
You know, the thing is, this provides a powerful counter-narrative to those reports that only focus on the start of his public schedule. Exactly. This is the private workload. It's immense. Chief of Staff Susie Wiles reportedly praised the president's dedication.
And Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, she dismissed those external reports, like the ones from the New York Times, as simply incomplete.
Because they are. I think these logs just prove the true commitment this administration has, regardless of the spin others try to put on it. All right, moving on. This next issue affects every single American family. The crisis.
It's a true plague on this country.
It is. Columnist Hugh Hewitt recently argued that Article 2 of the Constitution grants the president the broad foreign affairs authority he needs to deal with this threat.
Even potential strikes.
Yes, even strikes. Because this crisis, it's being fueled by precursors reportedly coming from China and India.
Which are then processed into fentanyl by the cartels. I mean, let's be clear, this is a foreign entity profiting off American citizens.
It's a national security issue, plain and simple, and there is precedent for this sort of action.
Hewitt cited things like President Bush's Panama invasion and President Obama's strikes in Libya.
Right, and even recent U.S. operations against drug boats. Some see this strike capability as a necessary sovereign response to protect Americans from poison, and I agree with that.
Of course, others will warn about the risks of escalation.
Look, when American lives are being lost on this scale, I believe we have to use every single tool that Article 2 provides. Okay, finally today, we need to talk about a major failure of regulation that puts every driver on our roads at risk.
This is the Minnesota story, right?
It is. The Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, the FMCSA, they audited Minnesota and found the state allegedly violated federal standards.
How so?
They were issuing temporary commercial driver licenses, CDLs, to foreign nationals without properly verifying their legal status.
Wow. The danger there cannot be overstated.
It can't. Reports indicate this included cases where the person's legal presence had allegedly expired.
Or they weren't even in the U.S. at the time.
It's unbelievable. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy rightly emphasized the profound public safety risk this creates. You have potentially unqualified drivers operating massive vehicles on our highways.
It's a severe failure of basic security protocols.
It is, and the consequences are coming down now. The FMCSA issued an order for December 1st, 2025. Minnesota has to halt new issuances, revoke the invalid licenses, and do a full audit.
And if they don't comply?
They face losing $30.4 million in highway funding. We need strict enforcement of federal law to keep our roads safe. End of story. If you value learning the details behind the headlines we cover, we really do need you to subscribe, like the video, or rate the show on Spotify.
Help us a lot.
It does.